So just to kind of follow up exactly what happened was I woke up probably 9:07 or so. I don't know exactly the exact time. By the time I got to the sidewalk, that's when I heard that the first building. I'm sorry. I do this all the time. When I got to the sidewalk, that's when I realized, or that's when someone that was wearing an earpiece had a little cellular device said that the second building had been hit by another plane. Heard the news about the first building when I was in the elevator coming down from the flat and got on 21st Street and then got on Broadway. Started walking down, got some peanut butter and water, went back to my room, prepared for like the end of the world. I woke up in a panic that day because I woke up late, had never woke up late for grad school at the New School University before, since I got there. Got up, late. I was already in a panic. Got back down to the sidewalk, got to the new school, got to the second floor of the new school where usually the history classes were given. I looked out the window, saw the smoke from the building. The buildings were still on fire and still standing. I said a prayer. I cried a little bit. I said another prayer. I said, God, please help these people. Went back to my dorm room. My friend Chris, who's in the Navy, was sitting there listening to the radio. I decided I was going to walk towards it just to see if I could help, see what was going on. Chris said, you going to brave it? I said, yes, I'm going to brave it. Got on the sidewalk and I walked towards it. I don't know how close I got. I don't know the exact many blocks. I know it was past 12th Street. It was past NYU. I was getting closer and closer. That's when the Talk magazine lady came up to me. She interviewed me with this little microphone thing. She asked me who I was. I said I was with the New School University. I'm a student, actor studio, drama school. Had a little journal. And when I was looking at the buildings, they were still standing. I wrote that poem. I don't know why I mentioned glass and all stuff. It was mostly still. But because life is fragile, it can break at any moment. Read the little poem, which I had to write really quick. And she said, listen, these buildings may fall. You might want to get back. I took her warning and I went back past 12th Street all the way back to the dorms. By the time I had got to the dorms and settled, the first building fell. And then, of course, almost an hour later, the second building fell. By that time, the smoke had covered a big portion of the Wall Street area headed towards 21st Street and Broadway. That evening, by the time the sun had set and I had gone out, or about at dusk, had gone out into the smoke to make a phone call to my father. And my father and I talked about what our country was going to do. Pretty much that's kind of the order of how I remember things. There's a lot of other small details that I've talked about too. There was glass in the hallway when I woke up late. I didn't go down the spiral staircase. I went down the elevator instead. I usually go down the spiral staircase really quick, but there was glass in the hallway. That's coming out of the dorm room. Went up to the upstairs to see if I could watch it on television as well. The girl that lived upstairs from me, she allowed me to watch, on her TV for just a moment so I could see what it looked like on television. Then we could just look out the window and see the whole thing. But I was down walking around. We could smell the smoke. We were there. We were close. Things can change very quickly. But anyway, I'm glad that we're still mourning, we're still understanding, we're still assessing, and we're still investigating, and we're still in wonder and in horror and in prayer. But mostly we know that terror can attack, and terrorism is very real. And I think it's changed my frame of mind about the world. And my frame of mind has never changed since September 11th. I'm very weary about things, and I'm very safe about things. But we should be. We only get one life. It's fragile, just like glass. It can break. and there was a lot of shattered glass that day. Anyway, have a good night. I'm glad we were still, to this day, we are still healing. God bless all of those involved in helping others on that faithful day of September 11th. Let me tell you something, baby, before you have to go. Press the button on your TV screen for the Please Subscribe show. Please subscribe to the Please Subscribe show, Linda and Cole. So that right there is a church. Right there. You can see the cross on it. Right there.
I've been to that church.
This church right there? Oh, you been to that church?
Yeah.
Would you go to that church?
When?
It's called St. Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
So you went to St. Andrew?
Yeah, St. Andrew.
It's a Methodist church.
Yeah.
Are you Methodist?
No, but like to go to church.
I'm a method actor. I'm kind of Methodist. So you went there?
A little too big of a church for me.
Yeah, system and method.
Check.
Hey, call Hugh Grant. It's Porsche. It's the Porsche place.
I have a friend named Porsche.
Hugh Grant loves Porsche.
Bad trouble.
Hugh Grant, the actor, he loves Porsche. Yeah, it's his favorite car. Go in there and put a bunch of mustard in your bra and throw a hot dog on the floor.
Is that what happened? Was that the racetrack?
Yeah, you put a bunch of condiments in your bra.
I thought it was the other racetrack.
And then you threw a hot dog on the floor. Why'd you do that?
I didn't do it.
Yeah, you threw the hot dog on the floor.
No, it rolled off.
Well, you still threw it down.
It rolled off.
And then you put a bunch of condiments in your bra.
So that's what a bra
At that racetrack.
Okay, all right.
That's what a bra is for, to put a bunch of mustard and ketchup there?
At least I didn't bust.
Yeah, I had to grab Linda. She was trying to run off in the road. I had to grab her nearly by the hair. Actually, I did grab her by the hair and hold her in the car. Yeah, because she was trying to get out of the car.
You made me mad.
Yeah, but she tried to get out of the car in the middle of the road.
Well, you're holding me hostage.
Well, I mean, I had to, because you were going to jump out on the road. That'd kill you. It was for your own safety. Yeah, I had to grab her hair like this and hold her in the car because she was trying to get out of the car in the middle of the road, just like this. See, she just did it right there. Do you hear the door?
Oh, look at those fingernails.
But she had undid her seatbelt and she tried to get out in the car. It's either that, let her get out in the middle of traffic and get hit and killed,
like a he-she.
or I had to grab her hair like
they're
this
from Tennessee. What
to
a
keep her from
dirty
getting
car.
out. It's a true story. Didn't I, sweetie?
Sure.
No, I did.
No, that was
Because she was trying to get out in the middle of the road.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, you were. You
No,
opened the car door and you tried to jump out in the middle of traffic.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Sweetie, I had to grab your
We're
hair.
actors.
No, you were not acting. You tried to jump out of the car, sweetie. You can't do that. That's very dangerous.
Very dangerous.
Please don't do it again. I think Tracy Chapman's Fast Car is about neglect. Just of parental duties and the parent not, seeing their kids. So the kids happen to become kind of like adults and they're looking for the fast car to get away so that they can start their lives because the parents neglected them. It's a very good song.
All right, make it. Take some bagel guy tomorrow.
I wonder if William Shatner's like, I finally made it. Take out the trash again. A lot of air conditioners because I'm in Texas. So you can hear them as I'm passing by about every 10 feet or so. It's about 91 degrees Fahrenheit on this September 11th of 2021. Brings it down to about 33 Celsius on that conversion. watching some of Jordan Lyon's vlogs. The Indians out there slamming it, whatever that means. Got rained out. Jordan was forced to leave the stadium due to a stiff back from all the good posture and filming the wild baseball game. And the crazy lady trying to start a wave in the crowd. Anyway, it was a good little vlog. September 11th, yes, I was in New York, passing some trees right here. And I did see the buildings on fire. It's a long story. I always take my hat off to the firefighters, police officers, first responders that lost their lives, helping others, sacrifice their life, and running to danger to rescue other people. I think of them probably almost every day. I'll never forget that day, and never a day goes by that I don't think of what happened to New York on September 11th. It affected me and changed me as a human being, as a performer, as an actor. Pretty good pantomime, do a little bit of mime on the side, and as a person, and a writer too, and a vlogger. September 11th will always be in my heart, and I'm glad now Biden, even though I'm not the biggest Biden fan, but I'm glad that he's at least addressing the issue of the 40-year war. I think it's been going on for about 40 years. Some say 30 years, but the Afghan war is being addressed for the first time in a very long time, in a very interesting way, flying the boys back home. And the war got very intense right after September 11th. But anyway, I don't want to go on for a long time about September 11th. Just remembering, kind of assessing where we're at now as a country, where we'll be maybe another 10 years, and how we need to stay alert and be vigilant. Vloggers get information. It's mostly an informational-based medium. Although there can be fun and entertainment too. But in all of this, there's always going to be information. Every vlogger that sends up a vlog, if it gets 3 views, or 30,000 views, or 3 million views, or even more than that, it's still going to be based in information. We use sight and sound. We use visuals and sound. I guess I'm repeating myself. It's motion picture, sound and motion picture, which leads to information. So be vigilant. Still, even today, be alert. That's what I'm reminded of September 11th, on those days. That whole week we were on high alert in 2001. Didn't know if we were going to even get out of the city. I remember we were even on lockdown, kind of in a way. Couldn't use our ATM cards. Couldn't access the market, really. Everything was on lockdown. Now that about 20 years has gone by, we can finally take a breath. Well, we're on the spiral, and it is September 11th, about 3:29 p.m., 94 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're headed out to South Lake to give some food for friends. This one mean biker chick. Well, she's probably pretty nice, but you know what I mean? She looks kind of aggressive. Well, I'd say she looked kind of aggressive, you know. A woman on a motorcycle by herself wearing leather. There's probably some aggression somewhere in there at some point. It's a nice Allegro bus. Allegro bus? I like this cowboy hat on the dashboard. Bouncy. Now that September 11th has reared its head and we are celebrating kind of a recovery from terrorism, possibly maybe going back to peace. There's always a time for peace and a time for war. And people are kind of, I guess, in good spirits. So up yonder, there are some people with flags that we're going to get a little photo of for September 11th. So, and I'll be headed to Halliguy's to pick up some, I guess you could say, Mediterranean food, maybe Hindu food or Indian food, to drop off to a local friend. The sign said no mask. Fortunately I'm required to wear the mask. But there will be a time where we'll be asked to remove our mask. At times, if I don't get to go in to a 7-Eleven or QT or Circle K or Racetrack to retrieve a hot dog to put into my mouth and chew it up for lunch or a brunch or mid-afternoon, whatever, I'll go for a Tootsie Roll instead. I got the wrapper right here. It's at least something. Well, we're headed across the Great Bridge of Grapevine Lake. It's really a dam, and I'll let you see some of that. Cool, Cowboys Golf Club. Here we go, I'm gonna try to get the whole thing this time. I gotta roll the windows down so it doesn't do that wah 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 wah. There's the lake right there. Over on the left side, right over there, that's actually the Gaylord Hotel. Many events are held there. The ice sculptures during Christmas time. I think they do have a Halloween thing. I might peek in there around Halloween. And we got a lot of sailboats out today, so this could be a pretty good one. I'm just gonna leave it on 1 point rather than 0.5, or I might try a 0.5. See some of the sailboats right there. Over on the other side is actually a golf course. This is Grapevine Lake. Good place for fishing. If you notice the sign, this little pier coming up here, it'll say Grapevine on it if you want to freeze frame. And I'll probably get some of the dam on the other side. Cool sailboat. There's the first part of the dam right here. This little bridge, or well, the bridge that we were on leads to this. And you can see the Texas sign right here. Well, there's Luna Grill. Well, it's ready at 4:27. It's a chicken kebab plate, another chicken kebab plate, and a kid's chicken kebab. They have really good seating too. They have a fireplace here though. I guess, you know, it's for the guards or whatever, for Holiday Fest and stuff. That's pretty cool. Little guard gate has a fireplace. Never seen that before. Now we need to be wary because we are going to be coming up to Golf Cart Crossing. Right there. Golf Cart Crossing. See the pathway of the golf carts. And we're on our way. Some pretty cool lions. Never seen those before. Those are actually cooler than the average lions. You can see them right there. They're kind of in action. It's a cool house too. Those are actually really cool lions. Here's another cool house too, right over here. Every single one of these houses are awesome. That's a really cool one. I like this little bridge right here. Oh, cool. This is a little botanical garden front yard. That's amazing. Somebody's birthday. These people's front yard's a golf course. My goodness. Someone's a little angry at my documentary, I guess. Or a little impatient. There's a golf course behind that house too. It's like your backyard is pretty much a golf course. It's pretty cool. Man, I've seen some mansions, but my goodness, this thing's huge. My goodness. Got to slow down and look at that one. Got a little side cart right here. Or a little, I guess, entrance for garage. There's a golf cart on its way over that way. Lighthouse Drive. Really nice if you ever get permission to go into this area. It's called Lighthouse Drive. But you need an ID to get in. Identification. They probably won't let you in, but maybe, I don't know. It is interesting because I do get a lot of these that you need IDs to get in. You can't just drive in and just go, hey, I drive in and, whoops. Can I drive in and look around? They're like, no. This is actually a golf course though. Tour 18. They live on a golf course. It's pretty cool. There's the golf course right there. Little bridge right here that you walk across. That's awesome. That was really cool. Right here in Flower Mound. Pine Valley. It's the next turn. Pine Valley Drive. I think I've been out here before. Probably have some Samsung footage of it. It's a cool backyard right there with the basketball court. Basically, they have a basketball court in their backyard. Man, I don't think we were even this rich when we were growing up. Well, they like themselves some Luna Grill. I'm just gonna pull right in. Well, they got some packages. Doorbell. It's like this labyrinth locker. They heard it. Man, that's a nice house.
Painted on the complete.
That was actually the wrong house. I was at the neighbor's house. Whoops. They weren't there, so this is the right one though. It's pretty nice though. Their neighbors is nice too. Okay, so this is the right one. All right. Mess that up. Oh, take two. Got the wrong one. This is a really nice house though. Okay. Here we go. missed it by one number. That was her neighbor. All these dudes on expensive houses like this are huge houses. But this is the right one this time, so don't worry about it. Okay. Here we go. Actually, I had a doorbell. Okay. All right, so we're headed out. Looked at the number. It was actually off by 1. So I thought it was the 5 was a 6. And I figured it out when I always double check, usually when I'm leaving in most cases, but that was the one I thought it was. It turned out it was their neighbors, but they got it. All right, we're good to go. Man, their front yard looks like Apocalypse Now. Or, you know, a famous filmmaker that had palm trees and I don't know. I just had palm trees, so I thought Apocalypse Now. That's a cool one too, right there. I like the little pond over on the side right there. It's really cool. Well, look who came into the picture. Ooh, it scared crap out of him. Well, those squirrels don't mess around. I like this house right here with how the staircase is kind of split right there in the front part of it. Cool lamp. Cross Timbers and Tour 18. I guess it's called Tour 18. No, it's called the Estates at Tour 18. So it says right there, the Estates at Tour 18. Pretty cool. So there's a lot of things that went on that day. And I think it pulled a lot of maybe talent out of me for things that I have that other people don't have. Because you learn to start thinking like a survivalist really quick. Anyway, just like I said, my hat's off to all the firemen, police officers, first responders, just normal people that ran up there to help everyone when the towers fell. I remember seeing crazy things like a man banging a payphone against the wall, kind of going crazy, his eyes really wild, talking about King Kong and all these weird things and sounds and sirens going off and people yelling and screaming. And luckily I got back past 12th Street by the time the buildings did fall, and I got back to my dorm. I was able to buy some supplies and start preparing. We didn't know how bad it was going to be. We didn't know how bad the city was going to get hit, or how bad the city was being under attack, or how bad the city was under attack, because we were under attack that day. It was a attack by militant terrorists that wanted to kill everybody, you know, especially in New York City. God bless everybody that survived. God bless those that didn't. I pray every day for the lost souls and the people that lost their life on September 11th. Thank you for watching. I consider myself a survivor because I was in the city. I did get home. I was able to get home almost a year later and get started back with my life. I still pursue acting. I still pursue YouTube and vlogging and writing and creating, and I won't stop doing that ever. I know those people lost their lives so that I could go on and I could be what I am. powerful people were in that building, so there's mixed opinions. Rich people were in that building, so there's mixed opinions. And I've said some crazy things, but I go back and I think, and I'm wrong for having that amount of emotion about something. They were innocently working. They were innocent people. They were civilians, and they lost their lives in casualties of a horrible, horrible terrorist attack on innocent people. Basically, what I want to say is that if I ever said anything that offended anybody, I apologize. And also, another thing I want to say is I've said a lot of contradictory things. Ultimately, I consider myself a good person, but I know that I'm not perfect and I'm broken. I am a believer in Christian morals, and I do believe that there is a God, and I do believe He'll watch over you. I did pray for those people that day. Unfortunately, not everybody survived, but they're in a better place now. This world is hard, it's cruel, but there is love out there. And like I saw that sign earlier today, love is the triumph. The most greatest of it all is love. So love you, New York. I pray for you every day. Now you try to get over this pandemic, but it's like they say what a New York minute is, and that day was definitely what a New York minute represented. Everything can change. Anyway, but hopefully for the better. God bless you. I love you all. I know it didn't completely make sense, but I tried my best. And I just want to say that ultimately I love you, and have a good night. Went to the 4th floor for some reason, and I want to... All right, let's see. Okay, we got it right there. Down this way. Oh, this is cool. The greatest is love, which is also charity. I like the peak. There we go. Appreciate it. All right, that's bonus. It says level 1, but I wonder if this is the right. Oh, that's right. Okay. Maybe I think it's level 2.